What is up, guys? We have a new profile for you guys today.
Yep.
And a slight deck analysis. We know that you guys have been patiently waiting on Patreon. And we are going to get right back into it. So without further ado, here's the first of the mini decks in the gauntlet that you guys are going to see. This is Towa by TheHillTwins. So
Yep.
without further ado, I'm going to let Eric take over. He has experience playing against it as well. He played it in finals. At the closed regionals.
Put my own take on it.
And he decided to put his own take on it. He's been doing very, very well at locals. He got 2 second places at our shop championship pre-releases and stuff like that. So without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and let him take you over the video. What this video is gonna be about is a deck profile, and it's gonna be a small analysis video and how to play, guys. So without further ado, go ahead.
All right, so guys, as you guys know, this is Towa. She's the new black leader that came out in the anniversary box.
Yes.
She's actually really strong since her arrival to the meta. So on her first side, activate main. Once per turn, I can burst 3, which discard the top 3 cards of my deck into my drop area. And then I can search the top 5 cards for 1 mirror or a fool and put them to my hand. And then afterwards, shuffle my deck. After that, when you have 10 or more black cards in your warp, she can awaken. So that's that. On her awaken side, which is the most scariest side, activate main. I can choose 3 black cards in my my warp, move it to my drop, and give a mirror crit. And then after that, she has another activate main, which is one of the most powerful.
Activate battle, actually.
Sorry about that, guys. Activate battle.
That's why I'm here.
So you can pay 1 energy, as you guys see there, discard 1 card, and then she can take a keyword skill off of a battle card. So you can move double strike, triple strike, dual attack, triple attack, critical, and things of that nature.
Any keyword, any red skill whatsoever, except victory strike, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Because victory strike
Cannot be negated.
Cannot be negated.
So that's Towa, guys. I'm gonna just go ahead into my build. So I play 2 Kamis. This is gonna be my my 1 drop. We mainboard the Kami specifically because Kami is just really good in this meta against Kid Goku and other things. People tend to just invest in their board forgetting about Kami, and Kami punishes them.
And Pan is another thing too. Pan was just in the finals. Pan
Correct.
also floods the board too.
And
so
if
very,
they make a mistake, the Kami will definitely solidify the board blow up.
Gotcha.
Next we play 4 Supreme Kai of Time times Disruptor. This card is literally one of the best cards in the game. I absolutely love this card. You need to get to about 4 energy for this deck for it to actually take off. And during your turns getting there, you're just pretty much controlling the board. You're controlling what can attack, what can't attack. You're controlling the hand and also the board by using other cards in this deck. This card is absolutely amazing. And you get to draw when you put this card in play. And it's a counter play, so it's really good.
Yep.
Moving forward, guys, we got 4 Supreme Power of Time. This is just our 10Ks for the deck. This card is the super combo for the deck. It's really good. Once you got 5 or more black cards in your warp area,
Well, 5 or more cards.
5 or more cards in general, sorry guys, in the warp area, you can activate this, get +10, and draw a card.
Yep.
Next, guys, one of the main cards of the deck, Vegeta Time Regulator.
Yep,
he is the regulator. A lot of questions is asked if this deck can be played without him. I would personally say no. I don't think that the deck is going to be as consistent and optimal without the inclusion of Vegeta. He just helps you just fix everything, and all your overwhelms become +1, and that's really good, especially when you're starting to just overwhelm every turn after the 2nd turn. Next, guys, we play 2 Crisis Crushers. These bad boys are really great in the deck because, again, I'm not attacking much, and I don't want to be attacked. I want to utilize my life for later on. And then, so him paired with him, ultimately, you just got a big, war here. Next, guys, one of the techs that I personally play, 3 times Choice, Supreme Kai of Time. As you guys see, there's a trend with the Supreme Kai of Time. I'm loving her. This one in particular,
she's just broken anyway.
Yes.
The Supreme Kai of Time is just broken.
She's just broken regardless.
She's a cool-ass character.
Yep. So people have been playing Vegeta, the one that, has crit. But I think that she's more value for your buck because of the fact that she allows you to search the top 3 cards for a battle card. So she has reach because she can search top 3 cards. And she really fixes your hand. So like on turn 1, when you go first or even second, you always want to make sure you can have a regulator for turn 2 or have a regulator at any time, you know. And what she does is she searches that on as early as turn 1 just to get you closer to having a regulator if in fact you didn't mully for the regulator.
Yeah, and being able to just look at the top 3 gives you pretty good reach because instead of drawing a random card. Yeah.
And then with regulator, she looks at the top 3 and then you take 1 and then you draw 1. So
yeah, so that's pretty fantastic. She's a great.
Next, guys, we got exactly what Yama's saying. Next, we got the heart of the deck. This is the Relentless Destruction Mirror. This mirror is bread and butter. You want to always make sure you mully for these. And when you're searching for it, you want to make sure you always start out with at least 1 or 2 of these. This is going to help you control the opponent. This is what some of the control was implemented with just taking a card every turn. You know, it's taxing. On turn 1, you do this automatically so that, you know, you put your opponent in a bad predicament because now they already have their the idea of what they're going to charge, and now they have to get rid of a card. So now you put them in the pinnacle.
They just go minus. It's not necessarily detrimental, but especially if they go first, and even when they go second, you're just losing a card. You know, you're starting with 1 card less than your opponent.
Correct. Yep.
I mean, you know.
Next, guys, we got our Overwhelm Dark Absorption Mirror.
Yes.
Again, Towa, she can search out for just about everybody. Towa, she can search out for just about everybody. So this is in the deck. We want to have as much ways to go into our 7-drop, the mirror chain, as you know, at any given point. So we play this to you know, overwhelm and also increase our odds of going into it.
Not only that, the card is unique because there's 2 types of mirrors. This particular one allows you to take a Towa from your warp and union absorb it in order to play a mirror from your warp or your hand.
Correct.
So basically, you know, even if you have milled out all of your mirrors, you know, you still have access to mirror from your warp or your hand.
Correct.
Whereas the next one, which you're about to probably show us.
Well, not just yet,
okay.
But I'm kind of going in order, guys, with the actual course. So we play 2-time ruler Towa. This card is actually pretty busted. I like her a lot because she can take two drops or less for pretty much free because she only costs 4 cards in your drop area to actually have her activate, and you don't have to pay an energy. So on turn 2, you could often drop a regulator, then you know, somehow drop her, and you know, be able to just, you know, take a card again versus Pan, versus Chain Attack Zeno,
even
other decks, Kid Goku. You know, I can take their 2 drops and just run into them. So you know, if they're just trying to wait and build up their board, I'm gonna use that as fodder for myself.
Even the mirror match, you know, the person that goes first, if they drop a regulator, they're really, really vulnerable. You know, they're afraid. Like they lose a regulator, it's like, damn, you know.
Yep, exactly. Next, guys, you play 3 of the Umbru Invitation Towa. This Towa is actually pretty busted. So she costs 1 energy, but she can take a 3-drop or less, and that's the reason why I say that she's busted, because a lot of 3-drops in this game are not average anymore. A lot of them are 30Ks, a lot of them do specific things. So she just being able to take them is just absolutely amazing. And then paired up with her, if your card has barrier or a specific trait, I can negate that trait and still take him. So, you know, it's just really good, especially in this meta.
Yes.
Next, guys, a lot of decks I didn't see running this in Towa. 2 Masked Saiyans. You guys know what this card does automatically. He warps up to 5 course on the field. And I think this card is very powerful because it's a double strike. And being able to warp is just super strong. And again, people aren't playing it, but it's removal. You need as much removal as possible.
Yes.
All the while controlling them.
Yes, especially against aggressive matchups like Kid Goku. Just having access to that main board really just shuts the game plan down.
Next, we got 3 Banish of Fools. This is also fodder for our search on the front side. So you have a lot of targets you can search for. Banish of Fool being usually energy for me. I only usually utilize him once, you know, just to warp because he is 5 course. But when I need him, he's there, which is really good because he's a double strike, he's 1 energy, and you know sometimes you gotta push him for game with just him alone. So Banish Shifu is always a great card. It's gonna always be a good card. He's removal, spot removal, instantly. Now for the big guys, we play Mirror Self Reformation. This guy is just one of the reasons why the deck is actually playable right now. He has a big buff. Basically, when you have 10 black cards in your warp, he can actually reduce his energy cost in your hand by 1. So he essentially turns into a 4-drop on turn 4. And then, good thing about him is that he has the Union Absorb. So he can actually absorb a Tower from Warp. Towa from Warp. Thank you for the correction, bro. And then search the deck for a Mirror 7 and then place it over him. And now you Union Absorb the Mirror. We get the mirror effect.
Yeah, so the best part about, you know, having access to both these is that, one, this is an overwhelm, so a lot of times, you know, if you're moving, if you're having an issue, what have you, with cards, this would trigger your regulator, and also it would trigger your overwhelm so that you can actually have, you know, awaken or what have you. And then a lot of times, this one is going to be able to cover mirror from your hand or your warp, whereas this one is going to cover your deck. So with both of these in the deck, and in the full 65, you literally have mirror covered in all possible spots.
Correct.
So there's going to be possibly no situation where you can't, you know, have access to mirror. And then if mirror ever hits your drop, you have regulated that'll put it back into the deck. So the deck covers its
covers all angles in terms of the mirror chain. And last but not least, you got your 4 mirrors. This is actually, you know, the main piece of the deck. You got to have him in the deck or in the warp in order to go into the Union Absorb. And when he is Union Absorbed, he gets double strike, and he also your opponent warps 3 cards from the hand. That's huge. 3 cards. So as you guys can see, when you're pairing him up with this on the same turn, like, the reason why I really love him, because this requires an overrun. If you drop this on turn 3, you'll be fine. But if you have to overrun this on turn 4, then you lose your overrun for the turn, because this essentially is the overrun. Now with him, turn 4, you can drop him, you can attack, and then Union Absorb and still you know, warp for the turn. And you know, with this, you ultimately take 4 cards out their hand, plus whatever type of damage you're actually applying to them.
Yep.
Last, we have our Fool.
Okay, we just have one
Dark
Fool.
Banisher. We play one of him because he's searchable. Usually, I see him, I take him, and he's usually a one-shot game finisher. So a lot of times I'm just inflicting a lot of pressure with the Umbros, and sometimes I may attack him with all the overwhelms and the regulators, and then drop him for game, because you know, you only really need him once, realistically. And then lastly, we have our 4 Power Bursts.
Perfect. Okay, so guys, that is the list. Obviously, Power Burst is going to help you pick back your Supreme Kai of Times, especially in those battles of attrition with you know, the Kid Goku decks and other aggressive decks, as well as helping you do small little flashy plays, pulling back stuff like Kami. Obviously, Kami is a great 2-up because he can be sided out for Dende since Shinjita is the thing again. And then you can also loop your Dende possibly. But that's pretty much the deck profile. Obviously, we do want to run Beyond Darkness Demigra. We know we don't have one, but he would definitely be in the list. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for viewing this deck profile / analysis. And we're going to be coming to you in the upcoming days with a lot more content. So thank you guys for being patient. Thank you for your support. And as always, stay super. Enjoy, guys.